Yo, Weather Joey here with your bottom of the South Island. We're going to do something different. Not doing a recap or forecast. We are doing kind of a recap, but no more forecast for you guys out there. My friends, spirits of the lands, the plants, animals. I kind of do a forecast every day for you, and I think we operate on a different level. I don't think we need the video, so you guys out there know that I'm talking to you every day, in ceremony, in participation, in life, in nature, in smelling the air, in feeling the ground, and seeing this gift of sight, seeing the plants, animals, listening, hearing. I thank you for that. I thank the Creator for this chance to be here and be a part of it. So that's going to be my personal thing. For you guys out in the future, though, I am doing recaps, and I'm going to do monthly recaps, and I'm going to share a little bit more about myself over the coming years. We're going to start with a May 2026 monthly recap. I want you guys to know in the future a little bit about what we're going through and how the weather is changing and how it is each month and which things come up, and we'll see what we can get creative with. Anyway. It's come time in my life where I'm needing readers. So I keep these things down on paper and watch the weather with the computer, watch the weather in the sky, and write it down, write my synopsis, and I'll do the best I can. Because, like it or not, I love you out there, and I wish the best for you, and hope this gets into good hands and not the wrong ones. Okay. So, I've felt a little bit disconnected from our local First Nations community a little bit. I haven't partaken as much, but I hope that's part of my future more, and reconnecting this small connection that I had. We'll see where that goes too. But regardless, I want to take this opportunity, as always, to thank the First Peoples of this land, the First Nations across this territory, this beautiful land of theirs, for allowing us settlers to come and visit for this time. We don't know how long we'll be here, but for their forgiveness, for their openness. This is something that I've experienced. And hopefully we ask that their ancestors watch over us too as visitors. Haishka, thank you very much. And here we are with May. Okay, so May. That's what we settlers call it. May. May, I think it's from some sort of Greek or Roman god or something like that. Okay. May 2026. Between April 30th and May 1st, we chalk up our first summer day of the season. Summer days are when temperatures hit 20 degrees or more for most of the cities across the south coast, and it's got to be sunny. It doesn't have to be sunny for a summer day, but when it's 20 degrees, it does. If it gets like 25 and above, it can be cloudy. It's that sort of warm, muggy feeling, but recorded the first one between May 30th and May 1st, or April 30th and May 1st. It's kind of an average, with two very similar half summer days under a light southwest to west-southwest flow, with clouds burning off through the day and local temps topping 20. This flow weakens even more for the second, and skies clear earlier, and temps heat up nicely under sunny skies for a strong summer's day. The second one, that's on the second. New offshore high pressure that has been building starts to bring a light northerly flow. So we get high pressure up here building, starts bringing a light northerly flow. Temps heat up even more for the third and onto the fourth, sort of a mini spring heat wave. And by the fourth, however, we see low level retrograde low pressure, typical of a heat wave ending off the Washington coast. So quite often when there's a weak high pressure here, it heats up nicely, but then we get strong heating over here, and this kind of comes back up and has a southerly flow bringing marine air to the west coast first. The inner south coast, I bet, as I remember, just a very weak surface trough, but enough to draw coastal fog up the coast while the inner coast temps remain hot. Meanwhile, this offshore ridge is sagging southwards, allowing for a light push of marine air onshore from the northwest to west-northwest, cooling the inner south coast despite skies staying quite clear and sunny for most of the 5th. This cooler west-northwest flow continues for the 6th and 7th with a nice spring mix of sun cloud, but low pressure has moved into waters well offshore. The front from this low moves in from the west-southwest overnight into the 8th with mostly cloud all day and even a sprinkle for some. In behind this, on the 9th, we see weak ridging to the south build in with a little southwest flow, bringing some residual cloud from that offshore lower now tracked up into the Gulf of Alaska. I didn't even understand that, but you may. Across the south coast. This southwest flow continues into the 10th as the last of that cloud moisture burns off and it's mild. This southwest flow brings a little surface high pressure in for the 11th, clearing things out and allowing us to record another early May summer's day. Meanwhile, new low pressure has formed offshore, bringing a southerly flow as it approaches the coast. Temperatures climb despite the mix of sun and cloud, and we log another summer's day. This low crosses the south coast as a trough with cloud, cooler temps, and a dose of rain for most, much needed on the 13th. Behind this, we see the onset of a steady westerly flow in between low pressure in the Aleutians Gulf of Alaska and our North Pacific high down here, bringing a westerly flow. Located at its typical position, this is the North Pacific high, just northeast of Hawaii at about 30 to 40 degrees latitude across here. This west flow brings a weak front across on the 14th with seasonal temperatures and a light shower here and there, followed by another on the 15th with more rain showers but cooler temperatures. By the 16th, we see a little ridge build in with this west flow, bringing northwest winds to the coast and clearing for some, but for others this brings rain as winds converge over southern Vancouver Island and the east coast of Vancouver Island, bringing thunder showers and heavy rains to much of the island. This ridge strengthens on the 17th as it moves over the coast with a nice, mainly sunny spring day. High cloud arrives late overnight from the next week's system from the west, but burns off in areas through the day of the 18th as it hits the remnants of our coastal high pressure. Surface high pressure rebuilds just offshore for the 19th and 20th with a nice spring-like mix of sun cloud drifting across the south coast from the northwest. This light, now northwest-northwest flow continues for the 21st and 22nd with mainly sunny skies, allowing temperatures to heat up and the south coast to record 2 more summer days. As this flow tends westerly, we see more cloud move across the south coast for the 23rd. Meanwhile, unusually strong low pressure for the season, that is, winds up in the Pacific as it approaches along the 50-degree parallel. Flow backs to the southwest as the system approaches the coast, with cloud thickening later in the day of the 24th. A southerly flow of cloud continues with showers for most on the 25th as this low fills and slowly tracks towards the U.S. Pacific Northwest. Residual cloud for the inner south coast and some showers on the 26th from the southeast as this low moves onto California and Nevada. And by the way, 2 great surf days on the 25th, 26th. That's a little note for me. By the 27th, while low pressure is still active in the upper Gulf of Alaska, strong North Pacific high pressure to the west-southwest pushes onto the coast from the west with sunny weather that warms nicely to give 2 more summer days as the great weather carries into the 28th. We see a very weakened front from a Gulf of Alaska low move on onto that actually meets some cloud from that old California low moving in from the southeast early on the 29th. But either way, that quickly gets pushed out as surface high pressure pushes in with a west flow and strong winds. Skies clear out, but temperatures are cooler. This cool, windy weather continues for the 30th with cloud mostly in the hills. Winds ease for the 31st as the surface high sets in with support from upper ridging pushing up from the south-southwest. Temperatures warm for another summer's day. So May, altogether we had 10 summer days, which is more than the average of 6, so quite summery. We'll get into a spring recap and summer recap, but that's May was quite summery with 10 summer days. And dry for almost all, except the valley got some. And any rain that fell really kind of fell in one dose or two. I think I saw back on the 13th or something like that. That's when it fell. Temperatures again warm. They continue to be a degree or two warmer than average. Look at your records back there. All these recaps are based on you looking at Environment Canada records, going through them day by day. You could select them. I don't know if it's going to be like that in the future, but you can select them and look through the weather and study it. Listen to what I'm saying, put it all together, and it's all there for you if you're so interested. Anyway, that's May for you. Hope that helps out. Think about you guys in the future. Life is part past. Life is mostly present, but we also think about the future to guide our actions. Hope this helps out, and as always, may the forecast be with you.